Look at this cereal. How dare you make this cereal? Why am I such a sucker? It's got cubes. And I don't know if those are his, like, feet. I don't know what that shape's supposed to denote. But it kind of looks like his feet. So we just got back from picking up the gecko painting and getting some wood filler because I was working on the bee framing project. This is like the first one, which takes the longest. Otherwise, I'm thinking like, damn, this was not worth the effort. I'll probably not want to paint on a random sized thing ever again. Honestly, it's just such a pain in the butt to deal with those. But then they will be dealt with and then it'll look pretty cool. Speaking of frames, look at these. I got these from the Michaels because they were having a discount, I guess, if you bought multiples. I just really love it. It looks very much like real wood. I don't think it is, but it's really hard to tell on this one compared to the other ones that I buy. It looks like chocolate. Does this not look like a bar of chocolate? It's so pretty. And then he looks so fancy in this. Yeah, he's looking real good. I'm so glad that I got those. Those are very pretty. I'm just happy to be able to get like something that looks kind of nice. I get kind of bored of the other ones. The only problem is like they don't come with the double. I usually get the double matte because of my embellishments, but lately I've been being a little bit more mindful about that, and I've been using matte board to prop them up, but I've been peeling layers off of it so that it's never going to be quite as thick as the actual matte board. So that's to make sure that it's not touching the glass, because sometimes things can discolor when it's touching the glass. And these ones are actually pretty, like, these are much thicker matte boards, I think, than standard, so these are nice. These are really nice, and I'm thinking of taking this guy with the tiny bees. We're just kind of practicing making our own, like, custom frames for canvas and stuff, even though it's not worth the labor at all, but if I can't find any pre-made ones, I'll hopefully make my own. Yeah, but I'm hoping that I don't have to do that too much because it's taking me forever. So you know how I was prepping for the art show thing in May? My second person that I was supposed to do it with, she backed out again. So that's like the second time that someone's backed out of partnering with me with a thing. I think like it's cursed. Like that month is just cursed. That they're just finding more interesting things to do. It's not like a big place with like lots of foot traffic or anything. It's anyway, so because they've backed out and I guess they can't find anyone to replace, I'm gonna have to fill up the whole thing myself. So it's gonna be technically my first solo show. Not trying to hype it up too much, but I'm kind of nervous about it because before I was worried about transportation, and that was when I only needed to fill half the room, and now I have to fill the whole room. And the only thing that's making me nervous is that I'm just going to have like nothing, because I'm going to take as much as I can and try to cram it into the theme. I'm going to make an attempt to do better about getting people interested in going, but it's really hard. Sweet box I saved. Like a glove. We'll have the bubble wrap and stuff. And the other one fit snugly in there. It's a perfect box. So I've been panicking about it being March already. And so I'm trying to get as much Patreon stuff out of the way so that I could not have to worry about that. I tried a video for like the bokeh thing effect, but I didn't like that painting, so I'm trying it again with this one. I think it's gonna be a little better. I still have a bunch of bees to finish. Some of them, I guess I didn't line them up properly, or they're just like not square enough, but these are literally... What? Okay, never mind. There's some that are literally 1 millimeter too big on each side. So I've been trying to sand down the sides of these, but it's a really slow process and I hate every second of it. For Patreon, I do a video that's sort of slower, a prompt and some like a list of ideas, which requires me to have like a picture of something. And so I've just been working on that and finishing the bees and the videos and stuff. So I've been up from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. pretty much this whole week, and I'm just like tired. I went to the thrift store to see if they had any frames. I'd like to reclaim frames sometimes because, one, it's less wasteful. It just seems to be like a trend where frames are now made of plastic, just painted to look like wood, and so I try to go to the thrift store in case they happen to have, you know, older frames that actually are wood, because I would greatly prefer that, but I'm not having any luck. I think I live in too downtrodden of a neighborhood for that. But this one even had a double matte in it, so it was kind of like a nice little score, even though it now looks like I have a knot in the fake wood. I think it looks really pretty though. Damn. Oh yeah, and I got this umbrella. It has pictures of this little cat on it. It looks like maybe an Animal Crossing themed umbrella, but John was looking for this character and he can't find it. So if you guys happen to know if that's a real character or if this is some kind of hilarious counterfeit Animal Crossing merchandise, I kind of hope it is just fake, because that's funny to me. I don't know. It's really cute. So it's the end of the first week of March and I'm panicking. I've been panicking since March 1st, technically, because it's like, there's no way that it's March already. And I'm like hanging stuff all over my apartment. I will show you, like, I just have like so many things just going up randomly in random places. And with like the whole health mandates and stuff, we're still technically doing vaccine passports. Like, I don't even know if there's even going to be an opening day, like a reception or anything like that. I'm leaning towards maybe not, because that's just a lot. I don't think that I could pull it off on my own. So yeah, I'm just kind of panicking, trying to like make as much stuff as possible, and I can't wait for this part to be over because I have so much and I don't need it. I'd really like to go back to like art journaling and sketchbooking and stuff like that. What the heck? I got nothing. What? No, we have, oh god.